Hey, I just got back from lunch. Did you finish that report yet?
Well, not exactly. Still working on it. I'm not finished just yet. I got a little sidetracked, but I will get them to you first thing this afternoon.
It is first thing this afternoon.
Well, yeah, I understand that, but I mean, I am working on
But
it. I'll have,
what do you mean that the report isn't finished yet?
I'm still in the process of working on it. I've just been a little distracted.
Distracted. Our meeting starts in an hour.
I can have it.
No. What were you doing? Were you listening to another hunting podcast again? I swear, I give the staff in this office the freedom to do whatever they want to do as long as they meet a deadline. That is the first bullet underneath your job description. Pays attention to detail and deadlines. And deadlines. Dude, are you even listening to me right now?
Hey guys, Austin here. Before we get started with this episode, I wanted to take the time on behalf of me and Charles. We really appreciate you guys taking time out of your day and listening to the podcast, and we thank you for your continued support. This episode is right directly after the Great American Outdoor Show. We were hanging out in the hotel room. You can tell we were a little bit tired, but we wanted to get a podcast out there for you guys. This is about a week old, so I do apologize for that, but it's good content regardless. So hope you guys enjoy it. We enjoyed recording it. We enjoyed the show. And before we get into it, let's hear a word from our sponsor, Williams Archery.
Archery season is sadly come and gone, but your shooting does not have to stop there thanks to Williams Archery's indoor range. They offer hands-on shooting lessons and they run indoor shooting leagues throughout the off-season. Now is also a great time to go get the repairs done that you've been putting off all season. You can also check out their new bow lines of Hoyt, PSE, Elite, Bear, Parker, and more. The new bows are awesome. Tell them you heard about Williams Archery on the Whitetail Distraction Podcast when you give them a call at 724-667-9660.
All right, we're hanging out after our first Great American Outdoor Show.
Yes,
Sitting here in the hotel room at the lovely
Red Roof Inn.
Red Roof Inn. Me and Charles Hedland and Joe Hedland. How you doing, buddy?
Doing pretty good. Pretty good.
It's a fun show today.
It was good. I was actually really impressed by it, honestly. I mean, there was a lot of stuff here that I didn't even expect to see, so pretty excited.
I couldn't even imagine that it was ever going to be that big and that much stuff going on at once.
Oh, seriously.
I didn't think going into this that everyone warned me and said how crazy it was, but you can't really fathom the size of these buildings and the amount of just different vendors and different things that you can see all in one day.
Oh, yeah, and honestly, like, when we first got here, there were so many people in there. Like,
yeah.
Walking around was difficult.
And we were there at 10 o'clock in the morning. It opened up at 9.
Yep.
I thought it was just them two humongous rooms, and then there was more, and then there was more, and then there was more. And it was like, I've been to the Arnold Classic before, and that's humongous. And this place was just, it was way bigger.
Yeah, it kind of blew me out of the water. Like, I didn't know where anything was.
Yeah.
I was trying to look at the map, and I was getting turned around all over the place. Like, we'd go in a room, and I'm like, what room is this? Oh, it's this room. And then you look, and it's like, oh, no, it's the fishing room. Like,
yeah. Yeah, I think I understood a little more at the end. Like, I was pretty familiar with it at the end, but even trying to get out of that place, we weren't from one end to the other, and it was like, holy crap. There's like 8 different buildings, I think I added up. And that's not including like the middle sporting events area.
Yep.
Sporting events, the middle special events area.
Yeah, the arena.
The arena, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But, man, we came in right off the bat, right into the shooting sports hall. And that's probably one of the biggest buildings there, size-wise. It doesn't.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it, but, man, there was a lot of stuff in there. They had a whole, well, think about it, they had a whole side just different trucks and stuff.
Oh, yeah, like, trucks and ATVs and everything you can think of that way.
Yeah, and they had all kinds of guns, and they had all food vendors on the other side. So we walked right in, and it was just like, holy crap, and it hit us, like how much stuff there was. And then Sam, who's been here before, he suggested, we need to get somewhere that we really want to be at before the real crowds start moving in later on this afternoon. So we kind of moved along to the archery hall.
Yep.
Which was really, I could spend all day in that archery hall.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that was a big part, but, I'm into that kind of shit. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
That's what we're kind of here for. You know, those. Plus, we had a couple different vendors of people that we wanted to meet and people we knew, and just through podcasting and listening to podcasts, we knew a lot of people or recognized a lot of people in that room, and it was really cool. Just the show itself surprised me in a way. And then we went in there, we went into the archery hall right off the bat. Well, before we went to archery hall, we checked out Tacticam a little bit. They had a booth in the shooting sports hall. We went there, checked that out a little bit because I've been interested in a Tacticam. We've dabbled in talking about filming hunts, and I figured Tacticam is probably the way to go if you're going to film a hunt. You're never going to lose the kill shot if you put it right on your bow.
I had the only thing I don't know much about that, but I had that one. It's called like something Jack or whatever the heck it was. Remember that one I had my phone
With your
attached
phone,
to it?
yeah.
But not the same at all.
Mm-mm.
But I did film one hunt, one kill, and when I shot the deer, the whole bow just shook.
Yeah,
Then,
that was your old bow though too, right?
Yeah, I think it was.
That was the old Fred Bears. There was a lot of hand shock in those bows.
even the
No, actually it wasn't. It was my new one.
Oh yeah, that's
My
right. It
Helium.
was.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of the action cams and stuff like that have always kind of had a problem with that. That shock, no matter what, kind of just throws everything off. The newer Tacticam actually has like anti-vibration in it, so it stabilizes.
Yeah, like a stabilizer on a video camera type feature, basically.
Well, it just pretty
Yeah.
much like even the motion, even when you have your shot, it reduces it like a whole bunch.
The
I
other
mean,
thing
quality,
I
man.
like about that a lot is it actually helps you focus on your shot because you're like worried about the film so much that you're like, don't do anything.
Stay in on it, yeah.
Stay in and stay in on that. I actually
that.
I switched over to the new iPhone a couple years ago and I threw that back on my bow. I was like, I got slow motion now. Let's see what it looks like. You remember that day? So I was setting up my phone and my phone like barely fit in the
Dumbass.
bigger phone. And they're across the yard. Charles and my other brother are coming across. And I'm setting it up, making sure everything's, pointing right. I pull back. I'm kind of talking to them. I shoot. I hear this loud noise. Scared the shit out of me. And I'm like, what just happened? And I'm looking all over the target. I'm like, where's my arrow at? And then, I'm freaking out. My bow's like, there's some, like rubber pieces, like the stopper. That came off. It didn't destroy my bow, thank God, but and I looked down, I have 3 arrows sitting beside me. I'm like, I just dry fired my bow because I was so worried about everything else.
oh no!
I don't know how you could do that when you have a
possible?
loop. Like you're putting the release on and there's no arrow there. What are you doing?
You would think that it'd be there.
Yeah, that was really dumb.
But it was cool with the slow motion. When I shot the arrow, it would slow down and you could actually see the arrow like skipping through.
It's through the frames.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
awesome.
But I think Tacticam would be cool. I mean, the quality on those videos, and it'd be cool for a lot of different things, not just archery hunting, but you throw one on your shotgun and you go rabbit hunting. I mean, could you imagine how cool that footage would be?
Oh,
watching you down the end of the barrel and you're rabbit hunting and you're shooting at rabbits.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of footage of guys shooting ducks and geese and stuff like that. Yeah,
That's really cool.
no, pretty cool, man.
And they had some kind of feature where they went through your scope too, and you could watch through your scope. I don't know how that worked out, but
They had one of those set up on a gun and a crossbow, so that was
yeah.
Yeah,
that
it's
was
some awesome
interesting. But
footage.
But so we went to the archery hall, and first person we met there at the Exodus booth was good old Clint Campbell.
good old Clint Campbell. Shout out to that guy. Go listen to Truth from the Stand podcast. Pretty good.
Yeah, we
And
had him on.
Coffee.
We had him on way back, like episode 5. He came on the podcast, and he was for like one of our first real guests. That first one that ever called in.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, we had to work that out a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Clint was awesome. We talked to him for quite a little bit.
Yeah.
Kind of picking his brain about saddle hunting. And I think that's something that our entire group's interested in. That's something Sam just bought a saddle. He got the Manus. Mm-hmm. So he was asking a lot of different questions about technique and that kind of thing. We were picking his brain on that, kind of recapped on his deer season a little bit.
Yep, talked about his new coffee company, Skull Brew.
Yeah.
Or Skull Blend?
Skull Brew, right?
Skull Brew, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Yeah,
Go check that out.
That's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, I'm pretty stoked for that. Local guy with a good blend.
Wicked awesome.
It's gonna be wicked awesome.
It's gonna be wicked awesome. So then we went and messed with. Clint told us to go mess with good old Johnny Utah, Johnny Mulligan.
Johnny Mulligan over at the Wicked Tree booth.
He said that Johnny Utah came up to him. He's like, "We need to start showing our face on the podcast." He's like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "I've had so many people come up to me today, and I thought they were kidding. They were like, 'Hey, where's Johnny Utah at? I hear him on the Truth from the Stand podcast all the time, but I don't know who he is.'" Not realizing that John Mulligan is Johnny Utah.
Oh yeah.
And so he's like, "Go over there and ask him." So I go right up. I'm like, "Hey man, do you know where Johnny Utah is by chance?"
He was so upset.
You could tell he was annoyed. He was like, "It's me." And I'm like, "I'm just kidding, man."
He couldn't look you in the eyes. He was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, another one."
Another guy. So we introduced him. I think he did actually recognize us, and
Yep.
he took care of us. And right off the bat, he was like, "Man, you guys need to get hooked up with some Wicked Beast saws." And I'm like, and I even told him, I was like, "You know what, dude? We loaded up on your saws this summer or this Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Joey got a pull saw, a hand
got
saw,
everything.
the clippers, the pruners, the hand pruners.
yeah.
My
They're
dad
sweet.
ended up getting a pair of the hand saw and pruners because my mom ordered them with the hand saw or with the extended
pull
pull
saw,
saw,
and she
they
thought
put
they
them
didn't
in
come
the
in.
same box. So she thought they didn't come in. She never opened it up.
Yeah.
She just had the real long pull saw box. So she went and bought Joey another set of the pull saw and the pruners. And I'm like,
Nice.
"Why'd you do that? Like, you could have just told me they didn't come in. I would have got a hold of Johnny Mulligan. And,
Yeah, he'd have sent
you know,
them
he
out.
would have set it up, or just said, 'Hey, check the box with the pull saw.'" But so I ended up getting a pair as well for Christmas. But he hooked us up with some Wicked Beast saws.
Yep. Yep.
Those things are mean
They
looking,
are
man.
mean looking, man. They're sharp.
Yeah.
They're sharp, and
Yeah.
you know what? I can't wait to use that thing. I'm gonna tear it up this
And
summer.
then he gave Joey real good price on a couple products for his saw,
What is
your
that
pull
blade
saw.
called? Yeah, for a pull saw.
The Pro Blade.
The Pro Blade, it
Oh,
has
that's
like a
sweet.
hook on both sides. So you can just full range cut. There's no like coming out of a cut. There's a hook on each side.
Oh yeah.
You can just literally go to town with them, which is really important when you're cutting a limb high up or far away. Like he said, if you don't have that, you're making real small cuts, which means you're really using a lot of energy.
Yep.
Where on that, you can use a full blade up and down as hard as you want. You're not going to come out of that cut.
Absolutely. And what was his selling point on that for you, Joe?
Yeah, what did he tell you?
I think he said, "I will never saw without this," or what did he say?
No. That was the
Well,
other.
he
Oh,
did
he said
tell
about
you
the
that.
other one. Yeah, I don't remember what he said on that.
He said that if you don't like it for whatever
Oh
reason,
yeah.
he will personally send you your money back. in
He's
the
like,
mail.
and that's me, not Wicked Tree. He
Yeah.
said, "I will send you your money back if you don't like this saw." I was like, "Dude, you're the
He
man."
looked me in the eyes, and I was just like, "All right,
Yeah,
all right.
like, all right,
Just
don't
give me
put-
it, you know?
Yeah, don't put me in a chokehold.
I was like, all right, you take credit cards. There you go.
You sold me like an hour ago with your biceps
Yeah.
bulging out of your shirt.
I was gonna buy it either way, but you know, you come at me like that.
And then Sam bought the light,
Yeah, he bought the little
lightweight
pack, yeah.
foldable saw. That thing
Yeah.
is so nice
That thing's
too.
cool too, man.
I can't wait to get these saws on some trees, man. I was thinking, we talked about this. I'm like, that beast is gonna be perfect for early spring, like late winter action. When we're going in, we're scouting. I'm gonna have that on my hip at all times, and we're gonna prep trees and get ready for the season. That way, we don't have to do it then.
Yeah.
And then you're not using, not that it's ever gonna affect you because you have that lifetime warranty with all Wicked Beast saws, but then your folding saw, you're not getting it gunked up or anything. You're not wasting, life on it.
Yeah, just keep it in your tree stand pack for when you really need it.
Yeah.
I was even talking to you this year about that. I said next year we need to go in super early. Even some trails that overgrew over the years, just trim them up,
Bring out the
make it a
wicked.
little bit better. Even some, areas that deer come through fairly often, you get some trees going down, it gets a little more crowded and they don't want to go through there. You want to go through the easiest
Yep.
Yeah, kind of like the 4-wheeler trail out down.
Oh yeah.
The one property that we hunt, the 4-wheeler trail, they stopped driving 4-wheelers through there. It grew in so bad.
Dude, just even your access.
And you know a deer's not going to go through there just the same as it would.
I watched them this year, actually, because I hunted off of it, and there was very little deer sign. There always used to be tons of deer sign on that trail.
Yeah.
And it was wide open. It was just a wide open 4-wheeler trail, easy access out into the field. I did hunt it, and I saw some small deer, and what they were doing is they would come out onto that trail, and then they would, come off the trail into the woods and then back onto the trail instead of just walking right down the trail because it was too thick. It was falling down trees. There's all kinds of stuff.
No, I know. I'm going to take that beast out here in the spring, and even my access trail to where I like to hang some of my other sets and stuff. Yeah. I'm just going to clear it all out so I can just get in there super clean, super quiet, not have to worry about anything.
You're making less noise.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's open up for
less
deer.
work. I really am excited to get that pool saw even going because that thing looks badass.
Yeah, that's exciting.
That's going to be awesome.
Yeah, that beast is pretty sweet, too.
Yep.
I thought you were going to cut down a tree out in the parking lot here.
Oh, yeah.
So dude, I was thinking about it.
Cutting down some trees in the
I was walking around the whole show. I was like, dude, I got to find a tree or something so I can cut it down.
Cut down that pole that dude was standing on.
Yeah. Well, it was funny. It was funny because we ran into a competitor saw way on the other side of the building, and they had this little piece of wood and a clamp, and I was like, how about you go race them cutting that saw with your beast? I guarantee you whooped their ass.
Oh, man, I should have did that in live video and just tagged Johnny Utah. He'd love that.
Oh, he would have loved it for sure. But then we met somebody that, in my lifetime, I never thought I'd meet at the XOP stand. The XOP booth.
Man. Cody
DeQuisto.
Yeah, that guy's awesome.
He's a hot topic right now in the hunting world, coming out with Lone Wolf custom gear. Him and his dad. The new stands, new sticks, trail cameras, the new bow I heard and everything.
Trail cameras, new bow, all kind of stuff.
They went all in on that. But
arrows.
I kind of felt bad because I went over to his booth and I was, really talking to him a lot about his new line and stuff, and he's at XOP, so I didn't know how much he really wanted to talk about that kind of stuff while he was at XOP stand.
Right, he was representing them that day.
But at the same time, I'm like, hey, dude, at the end, I'm like, I'm still rocking the Vanish, the XOP Vanish. Austin and I are, and I love it. And then I was telling him about the seat cushion, and sure as shit, I look over, and they have a new seat cushion.
Yeah, nice and thick.
It's 5 inches thick.
Yeah.
It looks a lot like the Lone Wolf's, like the old version Lone Wolf, like Anthony has.
Like on the Alpha Tech.
But when you sit into it, it really comes down thin. So I'm a little worried about that.
It pops right back up, though.
But it does. It pops right back up. It's breathable, so you're not going to sweat your butt off by sitting on it. But then at the same time, what about when it's cold out? There's a lot to factor there. It is, though. I will tell you, I've sat on both. And the original seat that comes with those stands is not as comfortable. There's not as much padding.
It's not a bad seat.
It's not.
It's not, but it's not my favorite seat that I've ever sat in.
When you fold it up, is it going to affect the seat from folding the whole way up since it's so thick?
It's thicker.
Even the seat, I noticed when I was using yours last year, the seat folding it up, that seat cushion alone was kind of letting that space
I almost feel like that one was easier to push in than the other, like the original one I have. The newer one's easier to push in. I feel like it would fold up better up against the tree because it would push into it easier.
Yep.
But it still gives you more cushion whenever you're sitting on it. But I don't know, man. I'm still looking at some options.
Yeah, stuff like that. It's worth the investment. If you could get that much more comfort out of it, $20,
I might buy one tomorrow.
If you have, you spend $20 on stupid stuff every once in a while. If it could help you in any way, shape, or form, try it out, And if not, that's going towards, a good guy, a good company.
Yep, I agree.
It is a great company. I love XOP. I love their stuff. I really do. I like their stand. I just bought the quick attach piece for my Vanish, and I think that's going to be amazing.
Dude, it was a game changer.
I just got my setup too.
Yeah.
I got the whole
Did you get
setup.
the Vanish?
Yeah, I got the whole setup.
Oh, you got the Vanishes here?
Yeah, I kind of gave out that,
a little nervous.
that word.
What kind of sticks you get?
Lone Wolf.
Lone Wolf stick?
I got the same setup as you guys.
Awesome. You're going to love it, dude, honestly.
Yeah, I know.
You trust me. You don't actually, there's times when I'm climbing, I feel a little bit like, and then I'm scared of the heights or whatever, but then I've never been really scared of heights, but I lean back on that linesman's belt, and I feel so comfortable.
Yeah. Honestly, though, Joe, I'm telling you, this summer I'll take you out. we'll take both of our setups out, and I'll just have you climb a tree right next to me, and we'll just do it right next to each other, and I'll show you how to hang it real well. And
Like, I don't like
get you
putting all
comfortable.
my trust into one thing. Like Sam was asking me, he's like, oh, you never really use the lines of the belt. I was like, I use my strap, and I never really put weight on it or anything. I didn't want to test it out.
Totally
but it's
different.
just a safety thing
Yeah.
for when I was setting up my lock on. And I don't know. I think the only thing that really keeps me feeling safe is just the athletic ability of, like, you know, oh, if this happens, I'm going to do that. You know, just thinking it all through and, like, being able to get up that tree, you know, better because, you know, better shape. Or,
You're not so agile
know,
there, little man.
Mm.
But no,
We'll get you
trust
rocking
me,
on that. You're gonna love
when you
it.
have that linesman's belt and you're strapped in and you're hooked up to the tree, you really do feel rock solid in there. And it was very addicting to me. The first time I did it, I couldn't wait to get back into a tree and climb another tree with the linesman's belt and the sticks. It was literally addicting.
Here's the thing, too. I mean, you can still have your permanent sets that you like. You still have those areas that you like to hunt all the time. This is just another option. Say, like, the wind's not very good at that place. You just grab right out of your truck, grab that stand, go hunt a different spot. Or just scout on the fly and then go out and find the hot sign and hunt it that way.
I like that better. I mean, we did that a lot with climbers before.
Yep.
This is the same thing, except that spot that I wanted to hunt that I couldn't get close enough because I had a climber, I get right in there.
You get right in there, man.
Yep, I can
Well,
hunt a
beautiful
lot.
thing.
Russ was talking about, too, just getting, you know, a lock-on set up without the sticks. And just throwing the sticks up there, throwing it up, making it permanent, and then just carrying around the sticks.
That's honestly, I did that a couple of sets this year. I never hunted them, but I went and hung.
Yeah.
I went and hung a couple stands with my sticks, and I just took the sticks with me. That's even awesome, but
I will get to that point eventually.
yeah.
Go buy just some cheap lock-on
When I got
tops.
it, it was cheap. It was like $50-$60 this
Yeah,
year.
but
got
I
the
want cheaper
lock-on,
than that
but
even because I'm talking like
I was looking
maybe
for comfort,
5 of
though.
them.
I had a nice seat on it.
Yeah.
Honestly, Sportsman's Guide has they've got $39 hang on. It has pretty good reviews. It's not like it's like their guide gear lock on.
What's
like
the
$40.
platform like on that thing? Bigger than a Vanish, probably. Vanish isn't a very big platform.
I mean, it's a
You gotta get used to
budget
that.
stand. It's not going to be the most comfortable thing in the world, but it'll be there if you need it. That's all.
Yeah, that's what I mean. If I'm gonna do a permanent one, I kind of want the comfort. To be honest,
Buy a Millennium, dude.
they're expensive.
Well, you don't have to get real expensive ones. You can buy a Millennium that's like $60-$70.
Yeah, and to be honest, I probably never will get the permanent set and do it that way, just because unless I find a spot that's like way back in there and I want to do it in the off season and hang stands.
Yep.
It's the only time I'm going to do it. During the season, I'm not going to mess with that kind of stuff because if I'm hanging them, I'm hunting it.
Yep, I agree.
But in the off season, we're doing our scouting and we find a real good spot way back in there, and I have an extra lock on to go up. I'm just going to put the top up and
Throw it up there.
take my sticks out. That way we can access nice and easy and quiet with just sticks on your back.
Agreed.
But too
you
much
know,
time on that, so we'll
after
move along.
that, I
'cause-
mean, I checked out like 3 or 4 new broadhead companies. Not new broadhead
yeah.
companies, but new to me. Mm-hmm. You know, I looked at Wasp. I've been looking at them for a while. I mean, they have great broadheads.
yeah.
And then I looked at Dirt Nap, those DRTs, which I think you bought a
I
pack of
ended up
those.
buying 2 packs. They
Yep.
had a sale going 2 packs for $60. I said, just like I was saying before, I mean, if something could give you better penetration, something could make things easier to get the job done, $60, whatever. You know, maybe I'll turn them in. If they don't work out good for me, maybe I'll just hook them up and I'll use it as like a coyote, you know,
Yeah.
like an extra one or something.
And
you
that's
know?
like me. I usually carry a muzzy in my quiver just for
Yeah.
if I see something I want to shoot, like squirrel comes through or coyote comes through, like you just said, or whatever.
Yeah, but
but
those are cool design. Those
they're
dirt
great
naps.
broadheads, man.
They are.
They
They
got-
have the bleeders on
Yeah.
the whole broadhead itself. It's like a 2-blade, stiff blade if you've never seen it, and it has cutters on the back like bleeders, so it cuts in and it cuts coming out, and then it has the little bleeder in the middle, which is just like a turned over square, and that's also a bleeder, and also I think it was like 5/8
Yep.
cutting diameter.
Yep.
So that will also do some damage, and I'm psyched to even try
And
it.
they're solid broadheads. I mean,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be worried about
And they
those
said
things
if
at all.
anything happens to them, you know, you got a warranty on it. Mm-hmm. They'll send it back to you. So
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're kind of like an arrowhead. If you picture an old arrowhead, like the people used to use all the way back to Native Americans.
Like the
that used
flint
to
mapped heads and stuff
literally,
like that. Yeah.
like that's what they remind you of. They're just a solid piece of beautiful
I think they're
equipment.
steel.
Yeah, they are steel.
Yeah.
I always like
Solid
two-blade,
piece of
though, you
steel.
know? And that's what it reminded me of was a two-blade. I'm like, if this
But it's a
shoots the
fixed
same
blade.
as... The only reason I got away from muzzies is because every time I go practice with my bow, I'm like, I'm shooting and I'm not hitting the right spot because I'm not using the muzzy practice blade
Yep.
because it's going to tear shit up. So I was just using the field tips, and your field tips don't hit the same.
Nope.
So, and then once you shoot your bow all season, not hitting in the correct spot, you throw one on, you know, make sure it's still on, and it's annoying. And then when you're up in your stand, you're like, oh, I got to make sure that this is lined up this way with my, you know,
You gotta make sure your fletchings are all lined up.
And what if it
tune 'em all.
moves? I got away from it quick.
Yeah, I can't play.
But I wanted that penetration, you know.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
I killed some deer with it, but
Oh yeah, I've shot a couple deer with muzzies. They're good broadheads. They're just not my number one broadhead that I take out.
Well, I've seen some positive things too from Tag and Bragg and some other guys that are using his dirt naps.
Tag and Bragg has their own line of dirt nap heads. Yeah, those
They were
DRTs
there.
are like bright orange. They're pretty badass.
They're pretty cool looking.
Yeah, no, I like them. They laid deer down with them too, man.
Yeah. They even had a turkey broadhead too. That was pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
Are you gonna tear up that one company that we're talking about?
Oh
we gonna
my
tear them up?
gosh!
I don't even know what the name of them, and I'm not gonna shit on them
Blade?
anyway. But
All blade or something?
Yeah, I don't even know. I don't want to talk about it.
You don't want to talk about
It
good.
bothers me very, very much, and I'm not going to get into that again.
yeah,
We were at dinner, and a buddy of ours, Marcus, came over, and he came with us on this trip, and he's very, very new to the outdoors, but he loves it, you know. And
He's been
he
a
ended
fisherman
up,
his whole life. But
yeah, he's
just
always
getting into
fished. He's
hunting.
just not really getting into hunting seriously, and was it not bright enough, kid?
yeah. Well, leave me alone. I want to turn it off. I was playing with it.
But you know, he got at this booth somehow, and this guy was trying to sell him on a product, and he gave me the card, and I looked it up, and I'm like, dude, no.
It was 12 broadheads for
No.
$20.
12
We usually sell
broadheads.
6 broadheads for $20, but since we're at the show, we're going to
$20.
sell you all of them for $20. Just take all of our stuff. We're trying to get out of this.
Yeah.
I don't want to.
Bad.
I don't want to
We're
hate
not
on
going to
them.
go there. No, we're
You
not.
you usually buy broadheads are usually like $40 for 3.
Yes.
So
That's where you want to kind of price out your broadheads.
yeah,
I'm sorry.
right around that area. I
To
mean,
hate on them wouldn't be a bad thing because, it's like you said, it's not very...
I just don't want to hate on anybody.
It's just
really.
not...
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're not an ethical looking
It's not ethical.
broadhead.
It's
It's not even a broadhead. It's like an insert almost.
I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, me neither. We're not talking about it. Okay, so from there, what else? Did you look at any other broadheads?
I looked at a couple of them, but nothing that really like
Stood out to you?
tripped my trigger or anything like that. And then we went and
We signed up for that.
signed
to win
up
the
for
triax.
to win a triax with the game
or a
commission.
12 gauge shotgun.
Or a
We'll
12
see.
gauge shotgun. Yeah, but I take that triax all day. I
In a
got-
heartbeat.
every time.
In a heartbeat.
yeah.
Yeah. And then from there, we kind of got separated, and I'm like, wonder where those guys went. And I looked over, and I saw some guys swinging around on saddles at the Wild Edge booth, and I'm like, I guarantee you that's where they are. Turn the corner, and there you guys are. You're all standing there looking up at the guys swinging around on a saddle. And I'm like, man, that looks cool.
Oh, dude, I was picking his brain. I was picking a couple of their brains, man, about that.
Yeah.
Honestly, that was a product. The Wild Edge step blew my freaking mind, man.
A four-wheeler hanging off of it.
Yeah, they had a four-wheeler
That's-
hanging off of it in the video. Like, they're
That's just amazing.
sturdy.
And not even that, like, they advertise it, and literally every podcast we listen to, every time I've heard them talk about it, positive raving reviews. And
Oh,
now I
absolutely.
understand why.
They're
Oh,
so
100%.
easy, too. That's
They're
the thing. Like,
so
you just
simple.
tie this simple knot.
There's no
and then
noise.
and then you flip it over, and it's tight.
It's rock
It's
solid from
rock
solid.
from 360 degrees. It's rock solid. You know,
Yeah.
like our lone wolf, we can really
You
crank
step
them
on
in.
it side to
But if
side.
you pull that bottom and you pull it out, it's gonna come loose from the tree.
Nah, I mean, not necessarily. It
Not
depends.
like off, but
Yeah.
it's gonna be. There's play there.
There's a little bit of play. It wiggles a little bit.
Yes.
But it's not as solid as those Wild
But
Edge
those
steps.
wild
but
edge steps, dude. He was kicking the side of it.
yeah, he was hanging from his saddle,
Yeah,
hanging around the
kicking the side
side,
of it?
kicking the side of it, and it wasn't even
Kicking
wiggling.
the side
Like,
of it from like a 90 degrees. Kicking the side of it. Like you do that from anything else, I'm sorry, it's moving. It's
Yeah,
doing
your
something.
freaking step's gonna fall to the bottom of the tree.
But
or
the
something.
design
Like,
is so legit, and really that rope mod that they have on there is phenomenal.
Yeah, it's
it's
great.
so quiet.
Yep.
There is no noise. There's no cam buckle. There's no nothing. I mean, it's just purely quiet, and the weight reduction.
Yeah.
And then he pulled out the 8er.
That 8er was legit.
Dude, that 8er was freaking awesome.
Yeah. No, I
That
couldn't
was
agree.
the coolest thing ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really good, honestly. It was so simple to use. He just pulled it and it was locked in, and then he just kind of pulled it down and it was loose. I mean, it blew
Yeah.
my mind whole.
Yeah, it was literally a simple pull of the string on the top, kind of like a Prusik. Is that it?
Yeah, it's similar to a Prusik knot, but
Prusik knot?
that's not how it works.
But that's kind of the design concept if you think of it that way. Like you could pull it up to tighten the loop to make the loop smaller, which basically makes the 8er taller or shorter, I should say, which would give you a higher step. And then you literally just grab the bottom of it and you pull it out and you loosen it up and it makes a bigger loop and it clips right on to that step.
Yeah.
So we were sitting there talking about it. We're like, wow, this would be really great for like your first step. Mm-hmm. You put your
hang it
wild edge
chest or head high.
Yeah, like chest high, head high. You clip on your 8er and you aid yourself up to that first step.
And then hang your sticks.
And then start your lone wolf sticks.
Yep.
Because I already have my lone wolf sticks.
Yep.
And that gains me 6 feet.
Yeah, probably.
Close to 6 feet that adds.
And they're only a pound a piece. So
and they're a pound. I only have one. I bought one single step and I bought the 8er. That's going to be my bottom. Plus it's a 6-foot rope. So I can get into bigger trees now. Where before I couldn't because the strap on that lone wolf is a little shorter. I can get into bigger trees to start off as long as they get skinnier, or like those big cluster trees that are clustered at the bottom, then they open up. So.
My rope mod on my lone wolf sticks is a 6-foot rope.
Okay, so you are definitely...
I'm always on that.
Yeah, wider
I didn't
than
have
what
a
I
problem
was.
with any tree I tried to hunt this year. I even that one big oak we hunted in the swamp.
Yeah.
Dude, that thing was enormous at the base, and I didn't think it was going to reach, and it reached the whole way around it, and I was able to just climb right up that tree. It was beautiful.
Yeah, that was cool. We tried out their saddles a little bit too.
Yeah.
Joe got in a saddle.
Joe got in the
Jumped
saddle.
in. I don't
What'd
know.
you
I felt
think?
like I was a little too fat for it.
It was definitely not
You needed to size up on the
a
saddle.
saddle that
Yeah.
would fit you, but to give you the concept and the
The
feel.
only thing
I'm
was
kinda mad I
like
didn't
my
get in
knees
one.
were kind of jacked up, just coming into it.
Yeah.
And when I got up in there, he's like, "All right, now take your weight off it and pull up the rope." And I'm like, I can't get that close to this tree and take my weight off. Like my knees are just jacked right now. Like I tried doing it, and I felt so uncoordinated, and it was bad because like I felt like I was a little kid, and he was like trying to teach me how to do it. I was
Yeah.
like, I can't, stop yelling at me.
Look, not only
I ate
that,
too much
but
this morning.
yeah, it was not a good day to be trying to get into a saddle hungover.
Well, he
wasn't
was
that
he was a smaller dude. I mean, he said he had like
Yeah.
a 30-inch waist or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have a 38.
Yeah, I got a 34-inch waist. I don't even know if I'd have fit in that saddle. But
I just wanted to I was going to test it just for
It
the
was cool.
concept to kind of swing
I
around a
felt
little
so
bit on it.
so safe, and it just made me scared. So I'm like, I might actually end up doing this, and I'm gonna be like, doing it for first. I'm gonna put all this money into it. I'm gonna do it for the first time, and I'm gonna be 20 feet up in a tree, or maybe less, and I'm just gonna be so terrified.
to get down.
Like I'm just gonna like freak out and just like I'll be like a cat in a tree. I'll have to call like the fire department to get me out of there.
I don't know. There's guys that say they're afraid of afraid of heights, and they can't hunt out of a stand like more than 12 feet high, but they get in that saddle and they have never been more comfortable
It
up
does.
in a tree.
It does like just cradle you to
It
a
feels
point where
so
it's
safe.
just it's like safety wrapped around you.
Plus, you weren't coming off of like a platform or anything. You just had your feet on a step, basically.
Right.
Right.
And you didn't have everything set up to your
I don't know if
modifications.
that post I was on was leaning towards me, which was kind of hard to lean my weight into it. I
No,
don't know
that
if
was
had
just
something to
based
do with
on
it. It's just-
the height of the tether
Yeah.
and where your bridge was. Like, you can adjust all that stuff to your own comfort,
Yeah.
and that's what you got to remember. This is just a more or less designed for you to sample it.
Right.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was cool.
That was really cool.
I'd probably get one.
And then we looked over, and some guy was jumping out of a tree stand
Oh man.
consistently. Would climb up the tree stand, jump out.
As soon as I saw him doing that, I knew exactly what it was, honestly. Just
I've
from listening to like the Big Buck Registry, like
Yeah.
they had him on and he was talking about it, and I think they're sponsored by him. honestly, too. But
Really?
it was the Tree Stand Wingman. Black
Yeah.
Ash Outdoors.
That was so cool.
Dude, how many jumps did he have at this show so far? It was like 1,700 or something like
He
that.
said like 1,700 times he's
Yeah.
jumped off that stand. I'm like, well, now you just need one of those things to crank you up. And he's like, yeah, I thought about it, but then everybody would want to find out how they can get one of those,
No, but that was really cool, honestly. Like, that would make me feel so much safer in the stand. Like, you jump out of the, well, not jump out, but if you fell out of your stand, it just nice and slowly lowers you down. All you have to do is grab onto that rope and you stop.
Yeah, he let me hold the rope. Mm-hmm. He jumped out of the
Strap.
stand.
It's a strap,
It's a
but
strap.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry, strap.
I said rope first, but
He jumped out of the stand, and I literally didn't feel like I was even holding it, like it was moving.
yeah,
And I was slowly letting him down.
it was crazy, man.
It lets itself down, I thought.
It
Yeah.
does, but you can grab onto that strap and control how
stop.
you go
Yeah.
down.
Okay.
Yeah, that strap, which he had on video, he was doing some test jumps out of an actual tree, which was my concern. And I brought it up to him. I said, well, my concern is you're on a big steel platform where you're connected 3
Out in
feet
front of you.
and out in front of you. I said, on a tree, you're going to be connected behind you. If I fall, now, mind you, this is also better than dying, but am I going to rake my back down the entire tree?
Yeah.
Because that's a real concern. You're falling and you're attached to the tree and you're going to be falling down the tree. And he showed a couple videos where he purposely fell out of a tree stand and he suspended right down to the ground. It looked pretty clean. And again, you can adjust it too to how fast you go.
Yep.
And if you can grab that strap and stop yourself, and then at that point, maybe, if you can reach your stand, if it didn't break, you just fell out of it.
Right.
Or your sticks or whatever, you can grab them and move over. Otherwise, you just lower yourself to the ground and you're safe and sound on the ground. And I think this would be huge if you just listen to the most recent Working Class Bow Hunter podcast. The guy was climbing up into his stand.
Oh, yeah.
And the stand collapsed from underneath him and he fell all the way to the ground. Mm-hmm. He's lucky to survive. Mm-hmm. If he would have had one of those systems in place,
Tree stand.
a ladder stand. A ladder stand. Apparently, either the tree grew or squirrels got to the straps or whatever, both straps, and whenever he got to the top, the whole thing just collapsed. Right to the ground, he fell.
Yeah.
Thing.
Crazy, man.
Crazy. But if anybody out there is interested, go on their website and check them out. I mean, Tree Stand Wingman, it's $115.
Very reasonably
Could
priced
save
to save
your life, man.
Yeah.
That's just that's crazy to
And
me.
what's nice about it is all it really is just a 30-foot strap. Mm-hmm. The little wingman tree stand, whatever it's called, tree stand wingman
Tree
thing.
stand wingman.
Whatever his little piece of metal is, that the
Not
contraption.
a piece of metal. It's a little
It's a cool little contraption.
Yeah.
Pulley type
It's like a
friction
bunch
thing.
of pulleys basically all built into this nice little steel frame, and it works really well. And then that's it. You carry that with you in, and you hook it up, and you're good to go.
Yeah.
If you're hunting by yourself, or you're hunting up the mountains or something, and you do fall out of your stand, you could still die even though you're hanging there because it constricts on your legs, and then
30 minutes, man.
30 minutes. Yep.
30 minutes.
And the other thing is too, like you fall out, and he was saying how when you fall out with your harness, they have those breakaways on the harness.
Yep.
He said he's jumped out, I don't even know how many times with his harness, and with his system, since it's not a hard pull, they cannot create enough pounds of pressure to break those straps
Yep.
on your safety harness, which is really nice because otherwise, I mean, if you fall out of a tree without it on a normal, say you have your normal setup, you're falling 230, 40 pounds, a man falling out of a tree. With my setup, I'm falling 4 or 5 feet before I hit and stop.
Yeah. Well,
Probably, with the strap length and everything that I use. Maybe not that far, maybe 2-3 feet. But when you hit, you're creating so much more pound of pressure because you're hitting. It's a hard hit. Mm-hmm. You're pulling against it. And he said that's what they were to have an issue with. It would break those. It would break that webbing, that safety webbing, and then either you'd hang there, or your tree, like your actual harness, would fall apart and you would still fall.
And that
out.
depends if that's the style of tree harness that you have.
Right.
Because some of them have those bungee systems now where it takes that shock out of it.
Yeah, which is nice. That's kind of what his system does, though.
I think I've seen And that's the way mine is. Mine has those stitching in it with the webbing.
I think mine does too.
But even Hunter Safety System is coming out with a bungee now, like on their higher end models and stuff like that. And then Muddy does that. They have the bungee system, and yeah, pretty cool though.
Yeah, you can never be too safe, man.
That's true. That's true.
I think for
I'm gonna have to get a new harness myself because mine's pretty old and I feel like I need to just update it. I mean, I never fell out of a tree, so
They do expire, but
yeah, I'm sure it probably has.
Well, he said that. I mean, even a kid came up to him in the show this year, and he was looking at it, and he was doing his little pitch, telling him about the product, and he's like, "Man, I wish my buddy would have had one of these on." He's like, "What do you mean?" And his buddy had a harness on. He had his lifeline, everything. Fell out of the tree, hit his head, went unconscious. Restricted his blood flow. He ended up dying because he was hung up in the tree.
Yep.
Couldn't get help. I mean, he hit his head. He went unconscious.
Yep. Yeah, it's a sad story, honestly.
It's sad, but think about it. If he would have been in one of those systems, hit his head, it would have brought him all the way to the ground. He would have laid on the ground unconscious.
But he'd lived.
But he would have lived.
Yep.
So
I mean,
it's terrible.
It is a
it's
terrible
terrible
story.
to see a nice hobby like this and then, something you love to do end like that or
Yeah.
Right.
Or have the people that are also hunting with you affected as well.
Yeah.
By coming up on something like that. But anyways, moving on. That is a great product.
Yeah. After that, we went out and we checked out the Catching Deer's booth.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, we checked out some of their stuff, and
They have some nice products.
yeah, they got some cool stuff, honestly. I didn't see them there, but they
I
have
didn't
some
see 'em either.
sweatpants that are phenom, apparently.
Yeah.
They have like a little sleeve down the leg, so when you're shooting your bow, instead of sticking your arrows in your back pocket or if you don't have a quiver or
I've
whatever,
seen that.
they literally have a sleeve, a quiver in the side of your leg. You can stick your field points right down in your...
That's pretty cool.
Super cool. Built-in quiver and sweatpants.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah, I've seen that before.
They have a bunch of nice products, though.
Yeah.
Nice clothing line.
They're just cool dudes, too, so...
Yeah, I bought a decal from them.
There you go.
I liked it.
Yeah.
I like what they're doing. I like their names and their product, and I'll support them guys. They're pretty cool.
Absolutely.
I kind of forgot about them.
Yeah.
We went and we caught a quick lunch, and we were headed out. We were trying to get more over towards like the outdoor lifestyle hall and the outdoor product halls, and we were heading down through this little hallway. We ended up doing that wall of gun raffle. I don't understand that still. Apparently they do a raffle every 7 minutes, but
Something like that.
as many tickets as they sell in that 7 minutes, that's what your odds are of winning.
Yep.
We didn't know that. I didn't know that. I paid $10 for a ticket for one drawing. I was like, that was terrible.
Dude, I should have just stood around, told everybody that the drawing was over, and just had us two in there.
Yeah, that would have been a good idea. So I didn't even know how you'd pick, like how you pick what gun. I don't know how that works, but
They
anyways.
had numbers. You just picked what gun you wanted.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we were moving up and we were heading out, and sure enough, we came across Whitetail Adrenaline's booth.
Jared Scheffler, man. That guy's awesome. I love that guy.
Good old Jared Scheffler.
Yeah.
So, we're standing there and we're fanboying a little bit from a distance, and I'm like, man, I know Austin likes this dude. This is like one of his favorite guys.
I love that guy, man.
And I've been meaning to get in contact with him, see if he'd come on the podcast, and I'm gonna go talk to him. So we start talking to him a little bit. We're BSing, and he's totally busting my balls, and it's good back and forth. And
Yeah.
I end up buying his DVD, and I go up to it to pay, and I'm like, hey man, do you mind if you sign this for me? And because I saw some other ones he was signing, he comes over and signs it. And really, I was just trying to get him over to talk to him again because he was talking to someone else. He comes over and I'm like, hey man, are you interested in doing any more podcasts? I've heard you on some podcasts. You got a great story and stuff. And he's like, oh yeah, I've never been on yours before, right? And I was like, no, the Whitetail Distraction podcast. He looks at my hat. He's like, yeah, absolutely, man. He's like, you got a card? I'm like, oh no, no, I don't. Like, I didn't know I was supposed to get one. I was like, I actually told him, I was kind of hoping you did, to be honest. Pulls out a napkin and a magic marker, writes down his name and his phone number, and he's like, yeah, call me anytime.
Beautiful.
Well, I'll come on. I'm like, yeah. So I turn around and I'm kind of cheesing a little bit, trying to keep it all in, keep it together. But inside, I'm really fanboying now.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, coming on the podcast, buddy.
Dude, I lost my mind.
You're like, what?
Yeah, I'm really excited for that one. That's going to be a good episode.
Yeah.
How cool was that buck that he had
Oh,
up
man.
in the air? This buck was like
That's the
Full
DVD.
body mount.
Full
Yeah.
body mount, this humongous buck that he shot, and it's like 10 feet up in the air, just like...
It's on top of his
I
booth.
didn't even understand how they even got it up there.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Pretty
and
sweet.
it's a giant.
It is a giant.
That's the DVD I bought, though.
Yeah,
was this
Defiance.
Defiance,
yeah.
How
Part
much
one.
was that DVD? Did you...
$400 is what he told me.
Yeah, I think he actually said that, yes.
Mm-hmm.
I think I paid $25 for
Yeah.
that DVD, but it's got 4.5 hours of
That's cool.
tape on it. It's all public ground.
Yeah.
It's fun to watch stuff
Yeah.
like that.
He's just a funny dude,
Just
honestly.
sit
He
back, crack a couple beers,
Yeah.
watch some hunting.
But
Something like that.
I forgot to mention, too, that I talked to Andrew Walter a little bit from Wild Edge.
Mm-hmm.
And I was kind of talking to the other guys. He was busy. You know, it's been a long week. I get it. We weren't trying to bother anybody, but, you know, I just kind of brought it up like, hey, does any of your people from Wild Edge, you know, do podcasts? And they're like, yeah, Drew does them all the time. I'm like, okay, cool. So he's actually building my aider. He's putting it together in front of me. And I take it. I'm like, hey, thanks, man. I really appreciate it. I'm like, you know, if you ever have time, they gave me your card if you want to come on the podcast. And it was like, as soon as I mentioned podcast, he lit up. He's like, podcast? Absolutely. He's like, I love doing podcasts, man.
Awesome.
He said, you call me anytime.
Yeah, I'm excited
He'll
about
come
that
on.
one too because I
Yeah.
love that product.
Wild Edge, yeah.
Yeah,
they have
super
so
cool.
much stuff going on. But I wanted to make sure I covered that one as well. So
Absolutely.
Jared Scheffler from Whitetail Adrenaline and Andrew Walter from Wild Edge Inc. today that we got to meet and we invited to come on the podcast. And I think hopefully both of them will.
Yeah, both of those are going to be really good if they come on, which I think they will, honestly.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah. Then we ventured through. We saw David Blanton.
we saw David Blanton. We didn't get to talk to him because he was busy, but it was cool seeing him.
Yeah, he
We
had
walked
all
around,
his-
looked at some bucks there.
all the giant bucks up around that
Yep.
that small arena area.
Mm-hmm.
And then we went in and I stopped at the Deer Society booth. I was looking for him because I follow them on Instagram. I kept seeing that they had all 4 of their 200-inch deer plus the 300-inch deer there.
Yeah, Adam Hayes was there.
And Adam Hayes was there, yeah. So we tried to talk to Adam Hayes. He was literally just like
Surrounded
constantly
by
with
people.
yeah. So, you know, I picked up his moon guide and took all the information from it and then put it back.
Oh my god.
I'm not paying $20 for the moon guide when it's right here and it's going to tell me what days are best this year.
Oh my goodness.
But
But you
I don't
did
even know
get
how
a
to
new grunt
read it.
call. You got a new
No, I
grunt
did.
call.
Yeah. I would have bought the black rack too, and I told everyone there that we were with. I'm like, I believe in the black rack, man. We've been using it for a couple years now.
Yeah, you already have one.
I already have one. Yeah, I was like, I love it. I love it.
Yeah,
I
really
don't
do.
use it. I use regular.
Yeah.
Just
no,
big pair of cutoffs.
I'm big on it because they are smaller. They pack up better than any rattling antlers I've ever had, and they sound pretty good too.
Yeah, no, I agree.
You know, but then they had the extinguisher there, his grunt call that they use in the show all the time, and every time I watch their show on YouTube or wherever, man, that extinguisher just the way they can shift from a doe bleat to a grunt call, just seamlessly, and it's flawless. I
Yeah,
mean,
pretty cool. Pretty
it
cool.
was really cool. It sold me $20.
Yeah, I've been wanting to buy one of them.
Dude, $20 at the show. That's what's great about this show. You come here and you get all these products that you want, but they're
On sale.
on sale.
Yeah.
Big sales.
And then you see
Yeah.
stuff that you didn't even know existed.
And it's on
You know?
sale.
Yeah, you didn't know about
that's
those
on
Dirt
sale.
Nap broadheads, did you?
I'd never even seen them, and I saw it. I was just like, man, this would be so cool.
Yeah.
You know?
That's what's cool about going to the shows. I mean, you see all that stuff. And
Yeah, and
And
this is
you
our
see
first
cool
one.
people. Yeah, I was gonna shoot some Matthews, the new ones. They had line set up, and they had people shooting. And I was trying to get in line. Actually, I was trying to just bust in there, you know, because I didn't know there was like a line for them, because everybody's just watching. But actually, there was a big line. I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna do that. But
Yeah.
I wanted to shoot some of the Matthews because I want to get a new bow, but the helium still treat me pretty good at this point.
attaboy. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. They had the Christmas tree buck there
Yeah, Dan Kaufman's buck down at the
at the Deer Society
the
booth.
Deer Society booth. Yeah, there was a bunch of good bucks there,
300
honestly.
Yeah, we'll have to see that
Inches.
tomorrow because I didn't get a chance.
Yeah,
to see
dude,
that
you
one.
got to see those bucks at that.
I saw the video
their
and I'm
area.
like, wow, and then see that in person would be pretty cool.
That's a really good story too. I mean, if there's a couple podcasts that covered that, like Big Buck Registry did the Dan Kaufman buck story. Go over there, listen to that one. That's a really cool story. But
Yeah, they had a cool little booth set up there.
Yeah.
Real nice, a lot of good stuff.
yeah,
I can't.
saw
I talked to the guy that created the extinguisher. I can't even remember his name. I apologize, but you know, and I talked to him. I forgot to tell you this because I started bringing up conversation with him. I said, you guys ever think about doing podcasts or anything? He's like, it's funny you say that. We literally just set up a studio, bought all the equipment. Looks like Deer Society might start a podcast as well. Yeah.
Sweet.
So how about that? A little behind the scenes information.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like those
they got
guys
all
a
the
lot.
stuff.
I
They're
just
very
followed them
knowledgeable.
on, Facebook.
Yep.
Yeah.
They're on
And,
Facebook, and you
they've
can
had
watch
the
them on
videos,
YouTube.
and you could actually look up the videos in certain sections. Say you want to talk about or hear about or learn about scent control. Then you go to the scent control one, and they'll play a whole video where they just play it out and they talk about it, and they have a whole hunt. Whether they killed the deer or not, they teach you on what happened. You know, why they didn't kill the deer.
Yeah.
Or why it was cool enough that they got this deer into range even though it wasn't a shooter. You know, it's really cool videos they have online if you want to look on Facebook.
They do, and
They have an app too.
Yeah, they have an app.
Deer
There's a
Society
free app. There's a free app you can go on to and you can download, and it has all those same videos and stuff.
Yeah.
But they have tons of categories for you how to learn. If you're a new hunter and you're listening to this, the Deer Society is a great way to get a lot of information.
Yeah,
I
agreed.
mean, they really go over. One thing I picked up from them is like deer behavior and how they react to calling and how to call and how to set it up and that kind of thing. They're huge on that, on reading deer behavior, and I think that is really important.
Oh, 100%, honestly. Yeah. I mean, and we're not covering everything that was at this show. I mean, we're
Yeah.
covering stuff that like is even just still popping out in our minds because we saw so much. I mean, it was crazy.
The
I can't even remember
the
everything.
elks were amazing.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
some of those
Saw
elk
the
were
big elk.
enormous, like 400 and
400 some inch.
Yeah.
elk,
They were
just
sheds.
lined up.
There were sheds that they found, giant 400+ inch elk. The one was from Pennsylvania.
that was a
Yeah.
420 inch elk from Pennsylvania.
They found them last year,
Yeah.
2018 sheds, and they had them on a big replica.
Yeah,
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Dude.
I'd be scared transporting something that precious.
Oh,
you
man.
know?
Yeah.
that one bull was 460 inches. That's
I took pictures.
enormous.
They were giant.
I have a picture too.
I wish we
Giant.
could have like stood back behind them to really just show you how massive.
Even if you're not buying anything, to go to the show and just see all the cool mounts and everything.
just walk around.
It's like going to
Cabela's,
but on
times
steroids.
10,000.
Like I saw a whole giraffe almost. They had everything
Yeah.
but like the legs and like the butt end of it.
Giant elephant.
It was like the biggest shoulder mount you'd ever see in your life.
Yeah, it's a giraffe.
It was humongous. And then I saw an elephant. I'm like, all right, I guess you got me beat there. That's pretty big.
That
Here's that
elephant
one
was
bull I was
huge.
just talking about. I was wrong. It wasn't 460 inches. It was 476 inches. Gross non-typical. Look how big that thing is.
That was giant.
It's
the
enormous.
bases of their antlers were what impressed me the
Like
most.
2 liter
Yeah,
freaking
2
bottles
liters,
of
that's
Coke.
what it's
And
like.
it's funny because we mentioned it. Someone mentioned it. The one booth in the archery hall had like a big shed. Remember that one? We couldn't even put your hands.
Dude, it weighed
literally-
like 16 pounds.
Yeah, if you put your hand up
Yeah.
against one side, you couldn't see your hand from the other side. It was that wide.
Dude, nobody caught it, and I wish somebody would have, because I literally cracked myself up for like 5 minutes after it. We went up, and the one guy was standing there, and right underneath it, there was a group of products, and it said on sale $5. I was like, this shed's $5?
No.
And
I
he
said
just
that
looked at
too.
me, and I was like, oh my god. Dude, I laughed forever about that.
Well, we must have been split up then. We were.
Yeah.
Because remember, that's right before I went and found you guys at the Wild Edge.
Yeah.
And the funniest thing in the world, I did the same thing.
Dude, that's
That
probably-
little sticker was right underneath. And it
On
was
sale,
like
$5.
On sale, $5.
They're like
I'm like,
$100 and some
I'm like,
dollars.
holy
I
shit.
looked at the thing, it had sheds on sale.
I was like,
they're
look, this
selling
shit's
them.
$5.
And they were like $100 and some dollars. I was like, wouldn't this just be cool? Like they had another big one like that. I was like, wouldn't it just be cool? Sit on the counter. And my girlfriend's like, no, it's not gonna happen. Like,
is not
I was
gonna
like, that'd be so
happen.
cool.
That'd be really cool
Shut
on an
you
end
down.
table or something.
Yeah,
just
just
have
sit
that
there.
sitting there.
My
Oh my
dog
goodness.
would eat it though, and then
But-
I'd have to beat her.
Yeah, no, that's no that. Mm-mm. But that's what I was getting at. Like that was so heavy. Imagine how much one of those antlers from those elk weighed.
Oh, dude, one of those freaking big 470 sides,
Dude.
probably 80 or 90 pounds.
yeah,
Easy.
easy
Yeah.
for sure.
And that's
That's
just-
crazy.
2 of them on his freaking head, and he's just walking around like it's nothing.
Exactly.
Come on.
That's insane.
But where'd we go after that? I'm trying to think. I think we went into
We
the.
might have got a free Silverado.
Yeah, we went
Yeah,
and signed up for
might
a
have-
free
might have
Chevy
got-
Silverado made with real tornadoes.
Beautiful.
The other one was what, a
2019
Denali?
Silverados.
Was the other one a Denali?
I think there
series
one
or
was
something?
the Z71, and I don't know what the other one was. I was looking all over the truck. I could not see.
I thought it was like a high country or
I
something.
thought it was a high
Kinda looked
country,
like
but
one.
it usually says like high country.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we
Sweet
signed up
trucks.
and got
Very
free
sweet.
T-shirts.
Yeah, I got free T-shirts for signing up for that.
That was awesome.
Who knows? I'll let you guys all know if I win a freaking free truck. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
And then you can drive all the time to
Yeah, I
go
will.
hunting.
If I win that truck, I will.
Hell
Hunting
yeah. Dude, that hunting truck finally. We won't have to bring our cars and try stuffing deer into the trunks.
The Smurf and Rudolph.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That'd be so cool.
yeah. And then we went and we checked out Mountain Ops for a little bit. Tried some
Yeah.
Ignite.
Yeah.
The pina colada was phenomenal. I
The-
drank like 3 of those.
Dude, the
I like
pina
the grape a little
colada.
better.
Did you really?
Yeah, I did.
I
I
didn't
drink
like
a lot
the
of
grape.
pre-workout though, so I usually when I'm drinking like a little bit like that, I'm like, could I drink a whole thing of this? You know? Mm-hmm. And I felt like the pina colada might have been too strong for me.
Yeah.
personally,
Really?
to drink a whole scoop of it and 8 ounces, 10 ounces. But
Yeah.
yeah.
And then we walked past that and we went over and they had, I don't know, 500 freaking fur hats.
Wow.
And Joey's like trying on every single fur hat. It was hysterical. He's wearing a skunk, and next thing you know, I look over and he's wearing this freaking coyote. And he's like, "Dude, what about this one?"
And
Like,
the beaver. I was just waiting for one person to say, "That looks sweet." I would love that. And just out of humor's sake, I'd probably spend $160 on a hat just to
Yeah.
make somebody laugh twice a year.
I'll tell you, yeah.
That's what kind of person I am. I'll make somebody laugh for 2 times a year for $160.
dude, if that skunk would have fit you, I'd have told you to get that.
I
That
was
was
telling
cool.
Sam, I was like, imagine me being up camp wearing this. You would listen to every single word. If you didn't know me, you would listen to every single word I had to say. It's just the mountain man.
Yeah, I
Those
killed
hats
this with
are
my bare
sweet.
hands.
You weren't
They're
with
so
us, though,
sweet.
later on. Did you see the pelts back in the very far back room? There were a lot of pelts that were a lot cheaper. They were like $30.
Well, there were some that were cheap because they messed them up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
but still.
butchered the fur on them real
Did
bad.
you see?
Or they shot
Oh
them
my
up pretty
goodness.
good. I don't
There's
know.
Silver
They-
Fox.
The silver fox were really. We should have bought
Freaking
one for
cool,
Russ.
man.
I didn't think about it at the time
They had a
because
silver fox pillow.
yeah,
It was awesome.
Yeah.
it's
cool.
It's a pillow. There's an eye, not a pillow.
Yeah, I call what I want.
Anyway,
There's I was distracted though by the chinchilla fur.
Did they have it?
Dude, they had
they had a bunch of
they
chinchilla
had
stuff,
so
hats
much
and all kinds of
chinchillas.
stuff.
That is the softest thing on this planet.
I'd feel weird buying something like that. Not
I
the
don't
hat.
care.
The hat I
'Cause
would
we
buy.
had it as a pet.
I'm saying like I'd feel weird buying like just a pelt because what am I gonna do with it? Just hang it up like, oh yeah, this is something that I bought. I'd rather kill it and then have
They
it.
were tanned. You can
I'd
do stuff
cuddle.
with them.
You know.
I'd cuddle with it every day. Like that was the softest.
I'd rather
thing
have
ever.
something that I actually killed myself
And then-
tanned
yeah,
than
tan it.
something that I bought off somebody that
Right.
I could
Oh,
kill
it's
it
like those,
and
yeah,
then
but
get
you-
it tanned
it-
for less money.
There's no
Yeah,
hunting season
but
for
yeah.
chinchillas though.
We had one in our basement. For
We
a while.
did
We
have
took
one.
It down.
Yeah.
Had plenty of opportunities.
They are
I had it
pretty,
in
they
bow
are pretty
range.
soft though. I mean,
Oh,
they're pretty
my.
cool.
No, the one porcupine, albino porcupine.
That
Never
was cool.
seen one.
Full body mount.
That was
Wow,
awesome.
was that sweet?
That was over in the outfitters
unicorn?
room.
Remember the unicorn?
Yeah, there was a
I
unicorn
was
up
looking
there
at this
too.
unicorn for like 5 minutes hungover today, and this dude that was at the booth next to it kept looking at me. He's probably thinking like, does this asshole think this is real? It was a donkey with like some kind of African horn or antler on its head.
Probably a
And it had like
horn, yeah.
blue eyes. It was sweet. But I'm just staring and I'm like, is this an actual animal? I'm
How
like,
about the rabbits with the antlers fighting?
Oh, dude, they're jackalopes.
Jackalopes.
Jackalopes, man. Yeah, they had a little scene with 2 jackalopes fighting. That was cool. I took a picture of that
I
too.
couldn't remember the name of them, but that was
Yeah,
really
jackalope.
cool.
I just have to say, that outfitter room is freaking ridiculous. There's
Dude.
too many. There must have been 700 outfitters in there.
Minimum.
Minimum. I mean,
And
it was...
they're stacked on top of each other. It was really cool to begin, going through there, and then literally it got to the point. Well, at this point too, we had done so much walking. We were all crushed, like knees,
my
feet,
feet hurt so
ache,
bad.
lower backs. I haven't done this much walking in that much pain since like Washington D.C. That's what I would, that's how much you walk. Like that's how you can
Yeah,
kind
if
of
you ever go
compare
to
it.
the show, bring tennis shoes.
Yeah.
and-
I
You
should have
dress-
rocked some Crocs today.
Dress comfortably by the feet and wear thick socks because you walk a lot. But we were just tired, and every aisle there's too much too much going on and too much of the same stuff. Every aisle you went down, it was like, okay, a bunch of high fence deer,
They weren't all high fence deer. There was a couple of them that were high fence operations, but there were giant deer everywhere. Giant elk deer everywhere.
Yep. Giant deer, giant elk, African animals, taxidermy place.
Sweet taxidermy.
There was a couple really nice taxidermy places.
Wow.
Dude, that one mountain lion.
Oh my gosh.
And there's wolves.
That whole booth.
The wolves and the mountain lion. That one was, I wish I would have got their name.
We'll grab it tomorrow.
That was the best taxidermy work I have ever seen in my life. And Marcus said, like, dude, I'm looking in the eyes of that wolf just waiting for it to jump and tear me apart.
These two wolves are just staring at me.
They brought those animals back to life.
They were crazy looking, man.
Every dog there probably barked at that thing
Yeah.
for an hour.
I did play with a couple dogs today.
Yeah, I pet a couple of them.
Golden Retriever
Apparently you're allowed to bring your dog
Golden
in there.
Lab or whatever it was, and then Chocolate Lab. Chocolate Lab, I was talking to Game Commissioner about training my Chocolate Lab and to being a bird dog. He said he's real good with pheasants and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So, I don't know.
And then we got down to the end, went over and talked to Les Johnson over at Predator Quest. Shout out to that guy.
The legend.
He is a freaking legend,
He
man,
is,
honestly.
but-
Like, he signed my Ruffy Dog Jr., which I'm excited about. Got a little hoodie off of him.
You got a badass hoodie you're
Yeah,
wearing
he's
right
got
now.
badass hoodies, man. That
I
guy
didn't realize-
slays
I almost
coyotes.
pulled the
I didn't
trigger
realize
on that hoodie, too.
how nice those
Black
hoodies
one.
are.
Oh, super nice.
The more I
man.
look at it, the more I like it.
He's got a couple of them over there. That
And it was cheap.
$20,
I
man.
might
Their
get a
stuff
black
is
one
so
tomorrow.
cheap.
That's $20. I'm
$20,
getting one
dude.
tomorrow.
20
They're
bucks.
so cheap. Mm-hmm. And it's nice. Good quality.
Oh, yeah, I
Looks
love
good.
this thing. Yeah.
I'm
pretty
jealous right now.
nice. Yeah, I love that dude,
Really
though,
jealous.
honestly. Go
Yeah,
on.
I feel like you should have told us about that when we were there.
My bad. We'll go tomorrow.
Well, I was so distracted by the guy that kept calling him the legend. I was kind of being... He was even an outfitter there, and he bumped right in front of you. And like,
I was like talking to Les, and he walked right in front of me and just started talking to him. I was
dude,
like,
how
what the hell?
rude. Like, and he's, he starts talking over top of you, basically just butted us right out of the booth. And then next thing you know, he leaves, and he comes back with a kid, and now he wants pictures with them, and he's like, he's calling him the legend. He didn't even know his name. Like, dude, what? It's frustrating.
Yeah.
But
He is a legend, though. That guy
Yeah.
lays the hammer down on freaking coyotes,
he
man.
started grabbing a couple calls and started throwing some calls out there.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
His mouth reed call for his coyote.
That diaphragm
the
howler,
diaphragm. Wow.
dude. Unbelievable.
And they say if you can blow a turkey call, you can do it. I'm like, well, I'm not good at blowing a turkey call, but I can do it.
Yep.
I'm not terrible, but I bet you I could make a coyote howl out of it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I was looking. How much were those? Do you know?
$10.
See, it's a bitch.
I'd almost want one
That's
even
a
for
bit-
turkey season. Just get a shot gobble from that.
Yeah, it's a bit much, but I'm pretty good with my mouth without one too.
Weirdo.
You want me to do it? I'm just kidding. That'd be really loud. See, that was actually pretty good too. That's what I mean. But it wasn't as good as the mouth call.
Nah, that thing was incredible.
But I was talking to Anthony today about it. And like, let's get out on some Sundays and go hunt some coyotes.
Yeah, I got a guy that I met at Super Brew. I feel bad. He's been asking me the past couple weekends. I couldn't last weekend. Then he asked me on Thursday to come out this weekend. And I was like, man, I can't.
Yeah.
You
Kill
know,
some
but I'm going to
coyotes?
take him out. He wants to go shoot some coyotes. He just moved up here.
Oh.
He's got some property that he can hunt. And there's a bunch of coyotes out there. I told him I'd take
I
him
didn't
out.
really,
Well, let's go.
I didn't really
Yeah.
mention this, but
I mean, I'll go
my
and
dad
film.
pulled a camera that I had baking since gun season. He pulled it for me the other day, and I had a ton of yotes on it.
Let's go shoot him, dude.
And I had some bucks with like little dinks, still with their antlers, like just recently.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
still haven't lost all of them yet.
Nah,
Yeah.
that's why I'm waiting until the end of the month to start shed hunting and stuff. Which I'm pretty excited about. I'm just excited to get back out in the woods and start walking around again.
Yeah,
Ton of
with our
yotes,
beef
ton
sauce.
of birds too.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I had this one picture.
Turkey
It had
turkeys.
probably 14 turkey in the frame at the same time.
Decent.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Decent. Yeah.
And the whole I'm zooming in on every one trying to find a beard, but it's looking good for this year.
Yeah,
hopefully.
man. You know
Yeah.
what else, though? You got a pretty sweet knife, man.
I did get a pretty sweet knife. I think I don't want to say it's wrong, but it was just to get you close enough. It was like triple C knives or something like that. But I remember it's triple C's, at 3 C's on it. But
It just feels good in your hand. It's heavy.
Yeah,
It has a
it's
real
not-
good weight to it.
Really good weight. To
Yeah.
it.
I love knives to the point that where it's just not healthy anymore.
It is weird.
It's not
But-
healthy anymore.
Dude, it's
I
weird.
was trying to
don't
find
even
a
know
knife
what he does with them
the
all.
whole time. Like, I'm trying to find a knife, and it's like anything with any kind of quality was $300.
yeah.
And I go down to this
Mm-hmm.
one. It's the last place I saw it, and it just caught out of the corner of my eye. I turn around. I went over there. I start talking to dude. He's super cool, older gentleman. And he's showing me all the different ones. And I'm just like, I want to get something different, because, and I ended up getting something different. And he cut off like $10 for me. He made it work. But I got it for $80. It was an elk antler knife, a little smaller.
It's like a skinning knife.
But yeah,
almost.
it is sweet.
Yeah, it's
and
kinda small.
he goes to me, he's like, I don't sharpen them until I sell them. And he
Beautiful.
pulled it out. I bought it. He grabbed it. He put it through all these different sharpening mechanisms. I've never really seen anybody use that type of thing. But he sharpened it up real nice for me. Sold it. Cool guy.
That's because he doesn't want anybody to cut their hand off when
Yeah.
they're playing with them.
Probably a good idea.
Yeah, and they put a nice little knife guard on it too, and then it's got a
Yeah.
really nice sheath for it too.
Yeah,
Real nice quality
sweet.
leather sheath.
When you go to a place like that, you get like that. Everything's just
Oh, yeah.
handcrafted, beautiful stuff.
Yeah,
But yeah, for
I'm
$80,
excited to
I'll
go
take
back
it.
tomorrow, man.
Yeah.
Check a couple more things out. I want to go hit that outfitter room again early. Just kind of check it out and bum through there again, and then I
Yeah,
want
it
to go
was-
check out a couple more
It
products.
was
and
really
stuff.
busy and man, it was overwhelming. Like I said, I wish they would kind of dial it back or spread them out more or something. Maybe do like a whole section of all deer hunting, a whole section of all exotic hunting, a whole section of all, predator hunting, whatever. Something just that so you're not going through like the same rotation of this is an Illinois outfitter, this is a
Maine
Quebec,
bear hunter.
this is Maine
Yeah.
bear, this is Alaska, this we go through the same stuff over and over again. You're kind of walking through and I don't know, it's kind of weird, but we did find a couple things we were interested in.
The one I wanted to talk about, dude.
Dude,
It looked so freaking cool, man. I forget what the name of it was. What was the name?
Hog SWAT.
Hog SWAT, man. They had
Yeah.
a freaking dune buggy in here
Yes.
with guns mounted to it. And they're
With
like
drums on them.
with drum magazines and
That
like
was a shotgun.
the front one was a shotgun.
The front one was a shotgun with a drum magazine, and that's for whenever they get real close, they run right up
Lights
to the pigs,
and
and you just blow them
guns
away with a
mounted on.
shotgun.
That was sweet.
You get the hunt hogs. The top two were what?
ARs with drum mags and suppressors and
Suppressors so you didn't deafen the people underneath you.
yeah, it was pretty
Dude.
wild.
And they were
Man.
on arm mounts. That was so cool.
That was a really good price too. I think it was what,
500 bucks per person
Yeah.
for a whole night, and you go down and kill as many hogs as you can.
Yeah.
Other guy was
All you
500
bring-
for 3, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
3 nights.
I don't know if that was 3 nights or
I
not,
thought that's
but
what it was.
I don't remember if there was an actual night qualification there.
I think it
'cause
was
we were-
same as that guy, 500 for a night.
I
is
thought it
what
was
think
too, because when he was actually explaining it, he was like, "Yeah, we go out for one whole night, one full night," and he's like, "You literally bring nothing but coolers.
yeah,
Bring as many big coolers as you can, and we are gonna fill them up with hog meat. And what
So,
we
yeah.
can't fill up with hog meat, we're gonna donate." He's like, "But I want you boys to come out here, and you're gonna kill us some hogs."
well, he was doing it a little bit different too. He had the thermal sights.
Yes,
Yeah, those
I
FLIR
think the
sights
other
are
guys did too.
both
10
have
grand, man.
They both had thermal sights.
10 grand for one sight, man. That
Well, he
blows
said
my
he had
mind.
$100,000 into how
8
many
guns.
Eight
Eight
guns.
guns.
Yeah. So
Wow.
wild, man.
Yeah,
I was telling for a lot. I was like, I don't like doing stuff like that, paying that much money when it would feel better to do it on your own. But there's certain hunts like that you cannot do on your own. You can't just go out and be like,
I'm gonna
Yeah.
get dune buggy and
exactly.
go
Right.
It's just,
And
they
hunt
have
hogs
so
at
much
night.
invested in that you almost have to go somebody like that and just splurge a little bit, have some fun with it.
Well, plus if you do it yourself, you're still looking at, with lodging and everything, $200-300 probably to do it all. You got tags, probably more than that with lodging, $400. Then you got to get food. To do it yourself and try to go down there and be successful and hunt them in the daylight, that's not easy.
I wasn't really talking exactly about hog. I'm talking about like just hunting, in general.
Yeah.
Going on hunts.
But to compare
Say,
that one to doing it yourself and trying to do it,
yeah, you can't.
No.
you can't get that experience doing it yourself. We don't
Successfully.
have $10,000, night vision scopes.
Exactly.
Who doesn't want to ride around in a dune buggy?
Yeah.
I do.
I do.
Or a blacked out van, and they have thermal surveillance, 360 thermal surveillance, and they have a thermal drone that identifies the hogs, and it helps recover them and everything. And then you just drive up. They set you up on a tripod. That was Hog Assault. There's a different one.
Yeah.
He's the one that drives up with the van, and they get you out, put you on a tripod, and you get your scope on them, and you just
they got
blast them.
About 300 yards you got to shoot, and you just shoot it up.
Yeah. He's like, I get you real close now. There ain't nothing like getting in within 50 yards of
We're
them
gonna
pigs.
kill some hogs.
All right, now
All right,
we're
this
going
ain't
to
no
put
joke.
you on a tripod, and they got about 300 yards of open woods, so you just keep on shooting. So that's a lot of time. We're going to put some hogs down,
You got a
boys.
30-round magazine.
Like, I want these pigs dead now, you hear?
My favorite part of that, when he was talking, he was almost done with his spiel, and he's like, when I turn on my what was it? My thermal. He's like, I expect to see stuff dead everywhere.
And that was the drone, I think he was talking about.
Yeah, probably.
Dude, so cool.
It was a cool guy.
Yeah, it was funny.
I think both of those guys were really cool. I would do either or.
Yeah.
I do like the fact of the dune buggy better, obviously. That would be...
It's a freaking dune buggy,
Dude.
Riding around, shooting stuff in a dune buggy, that's cool.
I seen a
cool.
guy one time on YouTube. He had a helicopter. He shot one out of a helicopter with a bow. I'm like,
yeah,
oh my
man.
lord.
Ew. That'd be weird.
They were like low, like they got to like ground surface of the
so
helicopter,
like,
and they're flying next to
still,
this
how
thing.
cool would that be?
And he smacked him with a bow. Like,
Well, I've seen that heli hogging a couple of times, and they
Yeah.
usually use those ARs that are
Usually,
shotguns,
yeah.
and they pretty wild. But I don't know, I'd like to shoot some pigs. I think that'd be fun.
That would be a good trip.
Yeah.
There was a couple other trips, but it's tough, man. You don't know who's telling the truth, who's not, how much people are just kind of exaggerating.
Well,
how
what
good
you
their
have to
stuff
do,
is.
what you have to do is you have to ask them for references,
Yeah.
and you got to call those people and ask them and be like, "Hey, how was it really?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to vet everybody. And I went and talked to that bear guide that Sam went with.
Yeah.
I was talking to him for a while, and he was showing us some pictures of the bears and stuff up there, and his shed where he keeps all of his bear bait and stuff. Mm-hmm. Dude, a bear, a sow, and 2 cubs literally tore through the side of his garage. He was showing me pictures of it. Just ripped a hole in the side of his garage through the siding and then through everything else, and went in and just tore it up in
Crazy.
there, man. Like,
Sam said they were the real deal up there in
yeah,
Maine.
pretty crazy.
He said he would do that again. That was a really cool trip.
Yeah, that was $1,950 for one of those hunts. I think
Canada,
it was like 6 days
I
or
heard it
something.
was super cheap. My
Okay.
buddy went in Canada. I think it was $500.
So, what?
$500 for a bear hunt.
Really?
Yeah, I think
There
it
was a
something like
couple.
that.
There was
It
one outfitter
yeah.
from Quebec that we stopped at today. His prices were very good, and he was cool. The booth,
For the wolf?
they were cool. Yeah, there was a wolf hunt for 7 days. They lodge you for 7 days. You can bring your own food, or you pay $250 a person for food, or you just bring all your food up. Now, they were really cool about it. They're like, you bring up your own quads, you can ride with us. You know, we're gonna take you out. You know, but the conditions have to be right for a wolf. Shoot as many wolves as you want. You just let them lie, and we collect them all up for you. You know, if you want, what he said is you can take one across the border with you, and then he said, you know, I'll bring him back the rest of them. Say you shoot 5, he's like, I'll bring the other 4 to the show next year. You guys just come down and pick them up.
Yep.
You know, which was pretty cool. But he was offering, you know, you guys come down in the spring, you can kill some bears. The bear hunt in the spring was pretty reasonable too. I think it was only like $1,350.
That
That's
ain't
for
bad.
a 7-day stay. You know, and you go out and you hunt bears. And he's like, we got tons of bears. This guy was from the U.S. that was, you know, really talking up the bears, and he went up there and hunted them. They did have a lot of pictures of bears in their books.
That's the only thing he was talking about, the wolves and everything. And I'm looking through his book, and I see like 2 wolf pictures in the whole thing. It's like, if you're gonna sell me on it, give me more information than just this,
good
you know?
pictures, like up-to-date
Yeah, like
pictures. would be
multiple
nice.
pictures, like the one that looked like it. You know,
That
a little
scared
older,
me,
And I was just like,
but-
man, this might not be like a thing they do all the
Yeah.
time, you know?
But
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
never
I
know.
don't know if I'd be interested in the wolf hunt.
Oh, dude, I'd shoot a wolf.
Oh,
No.
wolf mount.
I would love to shoot a wolf.
Full wolf mount, breaking up my girlfriend. Sorry about it.
Yeah,
Full
dude.
wolf mount coming at you.
Like right at the doorway, something like super intimidating.
Put it
scare
right
you.
over my fireplace, man.
Yeah.
You
That'd
can't
be
really
so
do that
cool.
with mounts because it'll dry them out.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Well, I don't
Yeah,
ever really
tanning.
have fires in my fireplace.
Yeah, you'd never have a fire again. 'Cause you'd have
Sometimes.
a wolf.
Not if I have a wolf above it.
Yeah. But
That'd be
no,
sweet.
what I meant was like the way they do it. They basically wait till they have a whole bunch of wet snow on the ground and they bait them with like dead deer or
They
whatever.
put a dead deer in a tent with a heater.
But no, you sit in the
I
tent.
thought they put it.
No,
in
no, 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 no.
I thought that's what he was getting at.
No,
like he was
you.
heating it up to help like the stench.
No,
and
he
shit.
said you sit in a tent with a heater. Basically, you just sit in a stand with a heater. He's like, you can't hunt out there without a heater. It's like, it gets down to negative 20 degrees. He's like, if you don't have a heater, you're not out there hunting.
Didn't they say something about dragging dead deer out there or something?
They do. They find they get dead deer and they'll drag them out and they'll throw them out and then they'll set you up in the tent and you know you'll sit in there with the heater and basically just wait for the wolf to come in and shoot it. So
I'm sure it's a super difficult animal to kill.
Yeah, that
They're so
type
smart.
of hunting, I don't know if it interests me, but the bears, like, yeah, sure, you're still hunting bears over bait too. I get that, but the bear hunting sounded like the better way to go with them. And they even said, you guys come up in the summer, no cost.
Yep.
Come up, hang out with us, see what it's like. If you want to come back in the spring, you can book spring hunts. We can come up here, you can hunt bears. It's 7 days with lodging for like $1,300.
Yeah.
That sounded pretty cool, man. I don't know. I think just even if we went up there and didn't kill anything, it'd be a really great experience. But
I think so.
even they were saying certain times a year the rate's like 75% success rate.
That's pretty wild.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty wild.
But
Well,
I don't know. It's neat. I suggest anybody that's in this area, anybody anywhere near Harrisburg within driving distance, man, you got to get out to this show.
check it out.
Check it out
Even
yourself.
if you don't buy anything, just it's a cool.
It's an experience. Yeah.
They got good food. They have a concert which we didn't end up making because
They sold out.
Sold out.
Which I told you guys about.
That's not.
I could have went without
My
going to the
feet were.
concert.
I
wrecked.
don't think any one of us regrets not going to that concert
I
after
just
walking
staying at
around
a
all day.
concert for that long.
Yeah,
my
that'd have been
boots on.
interesting.
Would have been an awesome concert, though.
Yeah.
But we're going to go back tomorrow. Tomorrow's the last day. It's going to be Sunday, the 10th. It's going to be the last day of the show. We're going to head back with any purchase of a ticket for one day. You get free re-entry for Sunday. So we're going to go back for at least a couple hours, maybe. Check out some stuff that we missed. It's funny to think we were there for like 9 hours and we didn't cover it all.
I felt like we were there for 9 hours
I
today.
can't believe how much energy them guys have.
Yeah, they've been doing it for 9 days.
They should be burned out by now, and they're trying to sell you on everything. They're still cool. They're not. Nobody gave you any kind of attitude. Cool guys all around.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really neat.
Yeah.
Really neat to see everything. I don't regret coming out here, and I'm really pumped that we got the group to do it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And we did get to record our podcast, so that's cool.
True.
We brought the stuff all the way out here to Harrisburg to sit down in our hotel room while everyone's probably sleeping next door. Sam's out at the casino right now.
Oh, my
I
goodness.
did get word back from him. He must have taken an Uber or something. He just disappeared on us.
Who knows?
He's like, he told me at dinner, he's like, listen, I'm going to roll that roulette wheel. I really want to. I'm like, dude, that's cool. I'll bring you.
He wants to go on a hunt tomorrow.
Yeah.
He's gonna set up a hunt
He's like,
tomorrow.
I'm trying to win my New Zealand hunt.
Oh, my God.
But yeah, that was cool.
All right, well, let's wrap it up.
Yeah, man. Let's do it. I don't know what else to say. This was a fun little episode.
Yeah, it's late. I'm
To
tired.
recap, if anybody has any questions on any of the products that we reviewed, hit us up. Send us an
on
email.
Facebook or email or Instagram, anywhere. Anywhere you can find us. All at the Whitetail Distraction Podcast. Let us know what you think. All right,
That's
kids.
it. Anything else?
No. The distraction's real.
The distraction's real.
The distraction is real.
Let's go.